Okay, permutations versus combinations. So permutations, the order matters. It's really important you get that straight, so I say order matters, just so you'll be annoyed enough to remember it. Now, I'm going to write the formula in for this one, and I'm going to hope that you remember, if there's 23 students in here, and I do a P, and I'm going to choose out 3 of them, because I think, let's say we run a race across the parking lot, we're going to take the top 3 finishers, and they have no homework tonight. Then it would be 23 factorial over, does anybody remember what the rest of the formula would be? 23 minus the 3, which makes what? 20 factorial. There you go, good. All right, so it's this one minus this one. You choose that one. Okay, now, that's a permutation, but a combination has a different formula. It's exactly the same with one thing added. Here's a way to think of it. If it's 23 kids in here, C3, then it's, again, start with the exact same formula. 23 factorial over 23 minus 3, which would be 20 factorial, but there's something added. See, there's something else down here. What is that extra thing down there? Raise your hand if you remember it. Only 2 people? 3, 4? What do you think? It is a 3 factorial down there. Why is there an extra 3 factorial down there? Basically, we want to have an extra one of those. Why? Because we want our answer to be smaller. Why will our answer be smaller? Because we don't care about the rearrangement of our selection. For example, if I pick 3 of you, okay, it's these 3 guys, 1, 2, 3. Now, the fact I ordered them 1, 2, 3 implies the order matters. So what if it's 1, 2, 3? That's different, isn't it? And if my order matters, I got to keep rearranging them. Now I'll say you're first, 1, 2, 3, and then I'll try 1, 2, 3, and then I'll say, get the idea, I have to rearrange them all those times. That's why the combination is such a small answer, because if I pick those 3 guys, I'm done. I don't rearrange them at all. Okay, so these answers are much smaller. So you divide, the answer you would have had has an extra divide by something in it. That's one way to think of which one's going to be smaller. Or you can use that dumb way. See, there's something else on the bottom. All right, so I'd like to try a few of these. I want to skip through these quick. We're going to get to that. Example 1. So you get to pick 2 toppings out of their big list of things, because your dad says, I'm willing to pay for two toppings on your sundae. So you can pick from all the different things. I'll put 2 on there. Okay, so then how many choices were there? There were 4 available, so you go 4. And if you're going to be one of those fussy kids who says, you better put the peanuts on before the hot chocolate, or I'm going to be really mad. Hopefully not. You're going to be fine with any combination of the peanuts and the hot chocolate or whatever. 4C2. Raise your hand if you had that. Good. Now actually figure it out. It starts with 4 factorial on top, and hopefully you'll remember that. See, there's something else extra on the bottom. Now, 4 factorial, you may not have it memorized, but you should know it's 4 times 3 times 2 times 3. Would you tell me the other 2 parts? 4 minus 2 factorial, good. And the last part, an extra one of those, 2 factorial, good. 4 minus 2 is 2 factorial, so I'm just going to change to that. Now, a different question? All right, so final answer on the top is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 over 2 times 1 times 2 times 1. That's what these guys are. And really, isn't that just 4? So then can't I just cancel that and all that? Sure I could. And then my final answer is just 3 times 2, which makes 6. Just 6. We already canceled before. Just 6. Another way to say it is 4 times 3 is 12, times 2 is 24, divided by 4, the answer is 6. Either way, the answer is 6. What does that mean? That means there's 6 different sundaes that this kid could make. Like sardines with the hot chocolate. That's kind of really, really salty. All right. Caramel and sea salt has been a big one. Some people like it, some people hate it. I know. All right, everybody try this one, please. And figure out if it's P or a C. Then figure out what the answer is in terms of factorials. then simplify it down to a simple numerical answer like 20. I'm going to pause for a second while you give this a shot. Pretty much everybody says it's 12. Let's see if they're right. 4, and then it's P because it's a competition, and then it is 2 different places here, 4P2, and then I am going to be going 4 factorial over 4 minus 2, which is 2 factorial. That means 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, all over 2 times 1. Those cancel. 4 times 3 is 12. You are right. Okay, moving on to this one. You know what? I think we've done enough practice on these. I'll just see. Can you see this one is not a normal spelling bee where you're going to be like first, second, and third. It's just picking kids who are going to go to the spelling bee. So it's sometimes hard to tell if they're competing or not. This is a C. There is not rank. And once you know that, it's easy. 3 and a 5. What is for sure wrong about what I just wrote? Because it can never be that way. The bigger number has to be on the left. You are correct. At most, you can tie on the size of these numbers, but otherwise, the bigger number better be on the left. You can do 5, choose 5. I have 5 kids to pick from, and I got to bring 5 people. Well, and I take them all. There's only one way to do that, okay? But if I have 5 kids and I can pick 3 of them to go to the competition, it'd be 5C3. And C, there's an extra thing on the bottom. Is it always an extra 2 factorial? No. Is it always an extra 3 factorial? No, it's always an extra one of those. So in this case, that's a 3. So 3 factorial on the bottom. All right. I think that's enough, and we will jump right to your homework. Your homework for today, given the long nature in your class of how it went, I am going to have you skip the page at the end called review. And the other classes, I had them skip the even ones. I'm having you skip all of them because how long our session went. You have 0 time to work in class. So you do have some problems to do at home. They're not difficult. We just did practice a whole bunch of them. It should be an easy day. All right, that's all I have for you for today.